my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp culture. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC, South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player and the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. Ah, bro, it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, preach profit. I'ma always be on mission. A silly hoe never could get me. These niggas be paying for pussy, but with my vocab I can get her. I might just been a pretender. Niggas know that I ain't flexing. I cut on all of the lights. That's just by my damn necklace. Remember nigga fight depression, so 6 grind keep me winning. Remember them days at my mama, hot ass summer, 6 months, new scenery. A young nigga change the ways, a young nigga change the game. When I get all of this guala up, it'll never be the same. Move, moves, move, moves, move, moves, moves, moves. SC the South Coast shit, SC the South Coast shit, SC the South Coast shit, SC South Coast shit. I had to turn on my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp culture. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player and the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. Ah, bro, it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, preach profit. I'ma keep going and into a whole nother level. That shit every day. Niggas be hating and living no passion. Boy, get that bum shit, boy, straight out the way. Niggas be cracker trying building the case. Stay out the way, separate from the fake. Sipping on dry wine, got me on thank the Lord every single day. I'm moving on up like George Jeff. Keep a tent like fuck the rel. Where y'all was when I needed help. Slept in the airport by myself. 16, just chasing dreams. $100 probably in my sock. Sitting in the bushes waiting for the shuttle. Shut the bus to get my ass off. Rooms, moves, grooms, moves, grooms, moves. Making moves, but I never lose. Boy, I keep it tool, call it toolie tool. Do what I do, cause I never lose. I flip it. Niggas acting damn ridiculous. So I keep on my piss. I had to turn on my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp culture. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player and the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. Ah, bro, it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, preach profit.
Goddamn, circle playing with you go hard.
I had to turn on my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp culture. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player and the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. Ah, bro, it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, preach profit. I'ma always be on mission. A silly hoe never could get me. These niggas be paying for pussy, but with my vocab I can get her. I might just been a pretender. Niggas know that I ain't flexing. I cut on all of the lights. That's just by my damn necklace. Remember nigga fight depression, so 6 grind keep me winning. Remember them days at my mama, hot ass summer, 6 months, new scenery. A young nigga change the ways, a young nigga change the game. When I get all of this guala up, it'll never be the same. Move, moves, move, moves, move, moves, moves, moves. SC the South Coast shit, SC the South Coast shit, SC the South Coast shit, SC South Coast shit. I had to turn on my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneezing down hope, bitch. SC the swamp culture. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC, South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player and the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. Ah, but it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter.
Yeah, I got that power that love me so much. Do it so big I cannot be touched. Look to the hill that cometh my help. My faith in the power and not in a man. He give me the tools, I'm building my plan. Living my life of being a man. I stand up tall, my back don't bend. Dunk on demon like Shaq in his prime. Transform, no optimist prime. You gotta get yours, I already got mine. My power gon' live, they power gon' die. Praising the king that sit in the sky. He give me the joy, he give me the peace. Fell on my feet and I pray to the east. Wisdom and knowledge, I gotta go eat. Just call me a shark, I live in the sea. Open your eyes and you're gonna see that masterpiece that I am him, cause I'm not them. I can swim above the rim of they success. And when it comes to dodging mess, yeah, I'm the king of that BS. I'm getting strong, I like the flex. UPK, we blow up next. Yeah.
Time to get rich, boy, it's time to get lit, boy. She poured me a drink without asking. I don't even know little shorty or see what she post, so that bitch must be crazy. I went too lit, yeah. We went too lit, yeah. Showing this bitch, boy, my true ass prince, so you know what nigga flipping tables.
Yeah. And they say, all who hate us, whisper together against us. They saying all kind of false and evil things against us. But if the power is with us, then who the fuck can be against us, huh? He teach us not to fret and envy over evil deeds, to stand firm in the words, to dodge the evil schemes. Yeah, so we hold our peace and now we mute. It's only the devil, so that we rebuke. Yeah. The hands of the wicked won't drive us away. So we stand on our feet and we face the east. We trust in the Lord, so we meditate and wait. Meditating every night. We doing what's pleasing in His sight. Yeah. It's a battle that we cannot lose. It's only the power that He gave us that we couldn't refuse. Yeah. So if my enemies is hungry, then I feed them. If they thirsty, then I'ma give them a drink. I ain't gonna hold them with a knife and I ain't gonna threaten to slice. But instead I open the loaf and I just hand them a slice of the bread of life. Yeah. Many will hear and a few will take heed, but I wanna be judged by my good deeds. Yeah. Obedience. Yeah, long suffering, patience. Yeah. UPK, we up now, later, and forever. Yeah. Hey, if y'all wanna know where y'all bitch at, she at the nearest camp trying to join our school. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. Hey, y'all don't put me in council, but I'm rocking it out with Officer Shaw. We in the studio. We gotta get up out of here. You heard?
Testing. For anybody, if you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Baba Kashaf. Testing. All right. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge started out on 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. And we are under Command of Junior Holler. And we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are the 12 tribes of Israel according to the Bible. We teach that out of history, out of archaeology, and biblical prophecy week in and week out, man. We at the ISUPK. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, any Christian church, any Muslim mosque, or any sort of that. All right, man. So today, man, what I'm gonna get into, the title is Your Enemies Will Be God's Enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the the premise of this class is right now. Is your enemies will be God's enemies. The Most High's enemies are your enemies at the end of the day. When you follow his will, man. When you follow the will of the Most High. You know? So that's what the topic is today. So we're gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could just share the class, you know what I'm saying, like. I'm saying, if you come across this, please subscribe. We're gonna get it on. All right, I'm gonna get my first scripture I'm gonna get for you, man. I'm gonna get Zephaniah 2:1. You know what I'm saying? Start off with. You know what I'm saying? To give you the basis of this class. All right. So I'm gonna get Zephaniah 2:1. You go there if you're looking. You know what I'm saying? Follow along. All right. This is the book of Zephaniah 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Gather yourselves together. That's the first thing he said, Zephaniah said in Zephaniah 2:1, was to gather yourselves together. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people think, how do we gather ourselves together? What do? Do we just come together and just hang out? You know what I'm saying? Do anything? You know what I'm saying? How do you gather yourselves together? Like, what do? You know what I'm saying? To really actually come together. That's always a question that Black people like to ask all the time, right? Like or they'll complain like, Black people can never come together. You always hear that. You know what I'm saying? You hear that all the time. It's always spewing out of the mouths of Blacks and Hispanics. We can never come together. Here we go again. All right? So how do we come together, man? You know what I'm saying? First off, what you want to do is you want to be selfless for one. That's what you want to do. You want to be selfless as a people. Okay? Can't sit here and wonder, you know what I'm saying, and be selfish and thinking that all your problems and all your needs need to be, you know what I'm saying, filled out, you know what I'm saying, before you can get over what this brother has going or what that sister has going, right? That's one thing you need to do is get rid of your selflessness, man. Right? Because as long as you're selfish, man, you're gonna do whatever it takes to keep us apart as a people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're selfish. You know what I'm saying? You do your own will. You do your own little agenda. When we all need to be on one accord, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Every other nation upon this earth, outside of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they're on one accord, man. They do what they're supposed to do, right? Not righteously all the time. You know what I'm saying? As such as this wicked kingdom at that way in right now. They don't do things, you know what I'm saying, fair, quote unquote, if you have it. You know what I'm saying? They do things according to their own will. But guess what they do? They do it together. But guess what we do? We do things according to our own will, and we follow them. I mean, which way you gonna go? Are you gonna, you know, gather together your people? Are you gonna go with them? You can't choose both, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a negative with a negative, positive with a positive. All right? So again, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, our nation, not desire. Right. So that second part, we are a nation that's not desired on this earth. You know what I'm saying? As a people, we're not desired at all. You know what I'm saying? These people do not care about us unless, you know, we can do something for them. Right? It's easy to use somebody, you know what I'm saying, that has a certain skill set or something that they can give you, you know what I'm saying, so you can get over. Right? We're not a nation that's desired upon these heathens on this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? We can go, you know what I'm saying, work and get the best and greatest job on this earth right now. Still, you're not desired. They want to use you. Yeah, they need you to keep their company going, right? They need us to keep this whole country going. Keep every plant going, every farm going, every bank. I ain't gonna say gas stations. We don't own those. That's ownership right there. We don't own shit. It's like it. So, you know what I'm saying? Those are the things that we can't get our hands on, you know, in our neighborhoods. We don't have our own thing, right? But we can work for them to keep their businesses going, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got businesses here and there, but we won't own the building. We won't own the structure of, you know what I'm saying, of the plaza or something like that, right? We only design it, we only work for it and help it get bigger for them, right? You'll never get as much vacation time off as the oppressor, man. Right? So again, it says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, our nation not desired, right? So that's what we have to do as Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Finally, just put it together, man. Get over yourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Be brotherly, be sisterly, you know what I'm saying? Stop being selfish, man. That's the thing that's holding us back, is the selfishness. Okay? So we're gonna keep going with that, man. Right, man. But with that being said, though, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to come together as a nation, whether you like it or not, right? Things are going on right now that you can't even fathom, man. You don't even understand what's going on right now if you're not in the ICPK. You can't quite wrap your head around what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? You see people, shit, what we just saw? We just saw a brawl, right? Saw that. See mass shootings. You know what I'm saying? You see nations sticking up together. You see nations, betraying each other. Just now, I saw on the news, I saw two U.S. soldiers not soldiers, but somebody that works for the U.S. got arrested, man. They got arrested for spying for China. Right. They got arrested for spying for China. Do you know what that's going to lead to? You know what kind of information they could have gave China from the U.S., man? They probably know most of their ins and outs, man. They probably did it for a check, for some money. They just sold their whole country out for China. Man, you know what that can lead to? That's World War III gimmicks right there. That's World War III amping up right there. You go and betray your own country, your own people. Man, that's something that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward for this thing to pop out, right? I'm looking forward for God to turn us away from these heathens, man, from these other nations. I'm waiting for him to be our enemies, man. So they can be his enemies too. I'm gonna get on the Most High side, man. That's one side you do not want to get off of. You do not want to get off the Most High side, right? That is dangerous to do, especially right now. If you're not on the side of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians with Christ, man, you know what I'm saying, with his people and the Most High, you're making a huge mistake. Because you're thinking if you join the other side, you know what I'm saying, you're thinking you're gonna, maybe get away with it, or you might be all right. Maybe they'll listen if you don't try to fight with them, right? But you're gonna get the total opposite. You're gonna get the repercussions of going with them, and you're gonna get the repercussions, the wrath of God. That's what you're gonna get. Try it. Just try it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see how tough it is, man. Right? So one more time, I'll read it one more time. Now gather yourselves together. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation, not desire. That's right. All right. I'm getting that scripture for you. We are living in dangerous times right now, man. You know? But you don't have nothing to fear if you choose the right side. Right? Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna get Jeremiah 2:14. Okay. All right. So continuing, you know what I'm saying? These are the like I was saying, in these times that we have right now, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you choose the side of your people, of your brethren, man. Because going the other way is dangerous, right? Okay. So because if you want to go ahead and join the oppressor, these heathens on their duties and on their little adventures that they got going on, you know what I'm saying? You're leading yourself to being a slave, man, at the end of the day, right? All right. Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is Israel a servant? This is what Jeremiah talking about, right? Like I just said, you join the oppressor, man. You going out to be a servant for these people, man. At the end of the day, like we've always been for 400 plus years. You've always been a servant to these people, right? But you will continue to go that route. It's only going to get worse because in these times, they're going to need you to overcome the wiles of this earth as we get into World War III, right? They're going to need you to overcome that. So they're going to need your allegiance. If you don't follow that, If you don't be fully down, they have no use for you. You might get killed. Okay? You might get killed if you don't join the Most High. Right? So is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Is he a homeborn slave, man? Just like how we were on those plantations, right? As our ancestors got from the ships, right? We were homeborn slaves. I'm talking about from birth. You know what I'm saying? After, we started having babies, you know what I'm saying? After they started, you know what I'm saying? After they were done rape, robbing, and murdering our people, you know what I'm saying? We became homeborn slaves, molded in it, grew up being a slave, right on the plantation, knowing everything about being in captivity. That was us. That was to our knowledge. That's how you grew up, right? Just almost much like how you grow up in the ghettos, in the hoods, right? You know what I'm saying? The barrios, man, on the reservations. You grow up being a homeborn slave, right? Because you're there in a terrible condition, right? You were in a horrible condition there. You know what I'm saying? On those plantations, our ancestors, man, our forefathers. So he's asking, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? That's the question he's asking. Like, why are our people going through these same things? Why are we serving the oppressor? Is that what you want to be? Or do you want to be a free man? Us in the ISUPK are free men and women, right? Okay? We are free men and women. We don't follow our oppressors' ways of life, man. We follow the Most High. We follow God, man. That's how you know you're free. If you actually follow God and not these other nations, man. You're not free if you're doing their ways, man. You're sitting here want to celebrate their holidays, man. That's not even you. That's not your culture. You just was taught that from a toddler, right? You just was taught, oh, let's go sit at a table with a turkey and stuffing and macaroni and everything like that. You just was taught that. But is that who you are? Or were you just a homeborn slave? Who are you, right? Who are you? What's your language, man? What's your culture? All right? And let's continue from that. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Man, why is he spoiled? Spoiled in this sense right here. It's talking about destroyed, right? Or getting killed, right? Why is he spoiled? Why is he destroyed, man? Okay, verse 15. As the young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made a hiss and waste in the cities and burned without inhabitants. Okay, that's where I'm gonna start right there. But that's a good question that Jeremiah asked. Knowing that we wasn't supposed to be in that predicament, knowing that wasn't what our people, were supposed to be made of, man. You know what I'm saying? This is it. That's not our that's not supposed to be in our DNA, man. That's not in our blood. That's not what Christ died for us to be homeborn slaves, man. That's not the inheritance that the Most High gave us. He gave us something different, man. He gave us something that's holy, man, separate, something different, something way apart from anything that everybody else does on this earth, man. And right now, you can't really even see it because you're so caught up into what this world is offering, man. Why do you want what they offer, right? Because you get to sin, right? Because what? Sin feels good, right? Sin feels great. It's like a warm blanket in the cold, right? Cold as hell, but you got that warm behind blanket, right? That can take away your chills just enough to make you feel comfortable, right? That's what sin is like for us, for our people. You know what I'm saying? That's all the oppressor, that's all America is giving to us is sin. That's all they're giving us. That's all they want for us to do is sin. Right? So you have to understand those are the things that's going to keep you oppressed and be a homeborn slave, right? And a servant here on this earth. I don't like the sound of that. Me personally, I don't like that. Okay? Us in the ICPK don't like that. The sound of us being a slave. That's effeminate, man. That's effeminate, and that's down low, right? That's down low. That make you feel like you ain't a man, man. That takes away your pride as a man. You know? Not pride in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, being prideful or, you know what I'm saying, being arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Not that way. I'm talking about your dignity, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your dignity as a man. All right? So I'm gonna move on. Let's keep going. Or I can read it one more time. Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Okay. So let's keep going. So if you keep staying with me, right? You know, the title is, you know what I'm saying, your enemies will be God's enemies, right? At the end of the day. Right? Because at this time, my enemies are going to come up against us like never before. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you better buckle up, man. You better buckle up and get act right, get straight, man. So it ain't gonna be much longer before you start seeing action. You know what I'm saying, like never before. You know what I'm saying? You go up in here in this country, you know what I'm saying, America and around the world. You think it'll come out of your mouth like, yeah, there's racism, but we should just love all. You know what I'm saying? All that's coming to an end. All that's gonna be cut out in a little bit. You're gonna see if you want to love all in a little bit. That's a trap for you. That's a trap too. If you don't understand nothing else, understand that you about to get a rude awakening in a little bit. If you want to stay asleep, right? If you want to be the same. If you want to love your oppressor, you know what I'm saying, in these times right here. This is the wrong time to be loving these people right now. I promise you. You are a target right now, as far as I'm concerned. We are targets. And you still gonna be like, oh, why can't we just be friends? What's that song? Why can't we be friends? They're gonna show you why we can't be friends. They're gonna show you. They're gonna show you why we can't be friends. All right? They're not gonna do no talking either. You're gonna see. All right? I'm trying to help you. We're trying to help you. The ICPK under Commander Jenny Hunter, we're trying to help y'all. Okay? Our Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian brothers. We're trying to help you. You think we mean, right? We just yelling, you know what I'm saying? Just calling the white man the devil, right? It's like the oppressor the devil. You know what I'm saying? Which is true. Then we mean by calling him, you know, evil and wicked and lying, and a liar and a deceiver, which is what devil means, right? You thinking we just the wickedest people on earth. When they just came over here and just like slaughter all our Native Indian brothers and sisters. And once they got what they needed, they still ain't helping us out, right? We're like sheep for the slaughter right now. It ain't even straight up. They killing us right now. They just leading us on because they're in a position of power right now. If they wasn't in a position of power right now, Esau would be doing everything above and beyond to bring us down. They would have, right, look, if the Lord wasn't with us, we'd be exterminated right now as a people. But the Lord is with us in that sense. Yeah, we lost a lot of people, right? But right now we're still alive. we still making babies. And a lot of them. You're making a lot of them for nothing at this point. Damn near. You know, you don't want to make no baby for nothing, but hey, Israel just popular. That's what it is. Especially Issachar. Issachar, damn near one of the most fruitful tribes in the earth. And Judah, I mean, it's everybody, really. You get we multiply like a mug, man. You know what I'm saying? So really, you don't have to worry about us being exterminated as people, because the Lord gonna be with us. But like I was saying, Esau is gonna do whatever they can to make sure that, you know, we were gone. If they were still trying to get in the power right now, they would go above and beyond. They would try to wipe us out totally if they didn't overtake us without killing us all. That's my point, right? So I'm gonna go to Psalms 38, right, and 12. Right? Psalms 38 and 12. Okay. Right now, I'm just trying to teach you how to separate from your oppressor, right? I just want you to understand that loving your own people, there's nothing wrong with it at all. And only loving your own people. I had to throw that in there. Not just loving your people, because there's a lot of people that are out here that claim they love Israel, right? Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. They claim that. But they also truly love their oppressor, right? But if you just want to love Black and Hispanics, man, by all means, please do it. Do it. That's what we do here in the ISGPK. We don't love everybody. Love is strong, man. All right, we talk about that all the time. Love is strong. Like how far are you willing to go for your people? And how far are you willing to go for your oppressor? For your enemies? People that are your enemies. You don't even know they hate you. That's the sad part. That damn near is that you can't even see that they really hate your stinking goods. God dang it. Like they hate you. And you like, oh man, not all white people. Man, if you don't get out of here with that, they will. Look, you gotta know that you know your enemies, man. You gotta know the serpent, man. It's like in the garden, man, with Eve. So slick, man. Just mouth service. No action, but mouth service. He's your friend because y'all on the same basketball team, right? You think white people good because he gave you a scholarship to go to Duke or to go to Gonzaga, damn Alabama with Nick Saban. Oh, he's making him a better life. You're giving him a scholarship out of high school. He's making that black man's young life better. That black young man's life better because he gave him a scholarship. These black people need a father figure. They need a white coach, Nick Saban, to get them to the NFL and make his life better and be a productive citizen in America. Dang. I thought y'all was the ones who came over here and raped, robbed, and murdered in America. I thought y'all the ones who had the racist names on the football teams before y'all changed them in the future. Redskins, right? Now they want to be the Washington Commanders. The Indians, right? That's because y'all don't know their oppressor. Y'all don't know your enemies yet. Y'all don't know war. Y'all don't know warfare. These people, your enemies out here, wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, as Christ told us to be. He told us to be like that. But y'all sitting there letting them be like that against you, and you can't even see. All right. All right, let me take my foot off the gas pedal for a little bit. Let me read this. All right. Let me read this. Psalms 38 and 12. Okay. Psalm 38:12. They also seek after my life, lay snares for me. This is what your oppressor will do. This is what your enemy's going to do. They're going to seek after your life and lay snares, just like how I said. They're going to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You know what? They're not going to be harmless as a dove. I'll take that back. Excuse me for saying that. They're not going to be harmless as a dove. They're going to be wise as a serpent, though. And then they're going to be like a wolf. They're going to be harmful as a wolf. Wise as a serpent and harmful as a wolf. That's what they're going to be. They're going to come to you, talk good to you, right? Get you all excited to take that peace treaty. And then they're going to slaughter you right there. And your children. Okay? That's what they're going to do. Right there, he said. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me. And they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things. Man. This was David talking, right? He was talking about something else, though. But this is your oppressor, though. This is your oppressor. Okay? This is a precept. Right? And they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. This is what your oppressor does, man. Like, look, all these years where we thought something, as we thought that everything had calmed down after we got off the plantation, after Judah went to the north, after Benjamin went to the north, Simeon went to the north, Ephraim, Gad going back down to Florida a little bit, on to the west, Issachar going to the west coast, Gad going to the Middle East, all that. Of course, we're scattered all over the place, but after all of that, now we thinking, oh, we all right. But little do you know, your oppressor is sitting there thinking, imagining deceits all the day long. They're imagining how they can take you, how they can take you over, right? These are the things that your oppressor is doing. They're imagining deceits all the day long. They're sitting there plotting on you for hours upon hours, waiting for the day that they can take you out. And if you don't understand that, what do you think that January 6th was when they stormed the Capitol? That was just a result of their anger against their own people. And you think they're not doing it against you? You think they're not plotting on you, right? Look at the police. What did they do? Dirty cops, right? What do? They plant drugs on you, right? They plot upon your downfall, man. Okay? I'm going to read that again one more time, right? Psalms 38:12. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they seek my hurt and speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. Right, all day long. That's what they do. Okay. Excuse me 1 second. All right, so like about that. we have got a little guest now. We got Sister Kim in the building, you know what I'm saying? Salagi says. Yeah, Isra. We got Sister Isra.
It's okay. How do you say it's okay? Salaki.
Yeah, you said it.
Salaki.
Yeah, Salagi means sorry in the Hebrew.
Salaki.
Yeah, it's all right. We got Sister Isra in the building, right? You know, joining us for class, you know what I'm saying? The water her for coming through. Hey, if you could, please put a 1 in the chat just to make sure the sound is all right. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Baba Kashak. All right, whenever you get it, I'm gonna just keep going. All right, I got Psalms 38, right? They also seek after my life and lay snares for me, right? That's what I was going over. This is what your oppressor does, right? Your oppressor, during these times, they seek after your life and they lay snares for you, okay? Right? And they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things. They speak mischievous things, man. They're planning on your downfall. This is what your oppressor does daily, man. Okay? This right here was in the 80s, the crack epidemic, right? This was gentrification. This is Planned Parenthood. It's the abortion clinics, right? This is planting drugs in your communities and guns, right? That's what those things are. And another thing, you know what I'm saying, that General Muhammad brought out maybe a couple weeks ago in Chicago, or a week ago in Chicago, he brought out how, well, somebody else did. They brought out how somebody is planning, they plan in the prisons to get people in jail based on your it's like your GPA or you know what, however good you do in school, right? You got something?
Is it like pipeline to prison?
Right.
Where like they do it to mostly Black people.
Yeah.
And according to your grades, they know how many jails to make.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what that was. That's exactly what it brought out. Pipeline to prison. That's what it's called, right? Right. I forgot the name, but that sounds familiar. That's what they do, man. It's literally a trap, man. They lay traps and snares for our people, right? They do this. If you don't understand that the press is the devil at this point, then you got a serious issue. You got something?
Like how they brought crack over here,
right?
And then made laws to put you in jail for selling crack.
All right, exactly.
So they give it to you. Right. They make laws to jail you, right, to basically put you back in slavery. Because when you're in jail, it's kind of like slavery. You don't have no right.
Right. Exactly. That's a good point right there. Sister. You know what I'm saying is, she said that they bring the crack cocaine over here, right? And then they make laws against it, right? Being hypocritical just to get you to come down, right? Then they send you to jail where you don't have any rights at all. Now what can you do as a people, right? Now the only thing left to do is to stand with the Most High, right? That's the last option. That's your last thing to do. You have to stand with the Most High at this point, or you're just gonna keep going down the hill, man. All right. So this says, and they seek hurt and speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. Right. Verse 13. But I, as a deaf man, heard not, and I was dumb. It's like a dumb man that openeth not his mouth. All right. So we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna keep rolling on, man. We're gonna keep going. All right, I'm gonna get Genesis 25 and 22. All right. My goal today right? Is to go off on the oppressor, to go off on Esau, the so-called white man, right? That's what I want to go off on, right? It's always a pleasure to do it, but today is very, very special to do it because what the events that we saw happen this week, for one, right? And multiple things. You got something, sis? What's that?
It's like what happened, like when all black people got together and worked together to basically help their fellow brother.
Right.
Is it like a metaphor to the dry bones rattling and waking up finally?
It could be. Yeah, definitely.
Like the scripture said the dry bones are gonna wake up and their flesh is gonna
Right.
be on them.
Exactly.
And that means like that we don't come into the knowledge of who we are.
Right. It could be definitely an example of that. You know what I'm saying? It's really talking about coming, to follow the truth, but that's definitely something that can be noticed because what you saw this week, you know what I'm saying, at Montgomery Brawl, you don't see nobody do that. Most people stand by and record. Some people probably just trying to de-escalate the situation, but these people fought for their brethren because they saw him in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Multiple, a lot. It wasn't like one or two. It was a lot. Multiple. What? Now just imagine if the tribe, Hispanic tribe, doing that along with us. I saw somebody, a brother, posting post on Facebook. If Hispanics and blacks was right there fighting together, it would probably Christ probably would have cracked the sky and came back right there. You know what I'm saying? That's really a heavy statement because that's how important it is for us to understand that we're one people and that we have to work together to get out of this predicament, and that the Lord's our enemies will be God's enemies once we do that. Once we come together, this is gonna be the Lord's enemies at that point. You know what I'm saying? Then we don't even have to lift a finger. You know what I'm saying? But they were just defending themselves, which was right in every way. Okay? So let me keep going, man. All right. Let's talk about Esau real quick, right? Okay. Genesis 25 and 22, right? So, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Okay? It's talking about Becca, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. The wife of Isaac. She had two twins in her womb, right? She said, and they struggled together. She said, if it be so, why am I thus? Why am I going through such pain? You know what I'm saying? It's unnormal pain, something that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Why is this happening? And she went to inquire the Lord. And when it says she went to inquire the Lord, that means she went to a prophet of the Most High to ask these things. That's what it means. She went to ask the Lord, right? Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. He said 2 nations. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. All right. Okay. So 2 different people. This is what us to our enemy on this earth, the oppressor, which is Esau, the so-called white man. We are 2 different manner of people. It's what you saw there at the Montgomery Brawl, right? That's what you saw. 2 manner of people duking it out, right? Well, they wasn't duking it out. They were getting beat down. That's what they was getting, right? They was getting beat down, right? But this was an example as a nation, right? As multiple people is what you saw in Rebecca's womb right there. That's what you saw in Montgomery on that river dock, right? 2 nations struggling in that womb. But guess what? And shall be separated from that box. And what you saw right here is what I'm about to read next. 1 people shall be stronger than the other people. That's what you saw. You saw 1 people being stronger than other people. I don't want to hear, they have more people before everybody even got up there, we were still whooping their behinds. All right? But we're just naturally strong, okay? That's what it is, okay? And then the elders shall serve the younger. Those people that we beat down, eventually they're going to serve us. We served them for how many years? 400 plus years, right? Plenty. Gave them our all. You got coons and strong black people that's just been oppressed, right? Soon they're going to serve us. The elders shall serve the young. It said they shall serve us. We're not there right now because we had covenants and promises to live up to that we made with the Most High as a nation that we didn't keep. So that's why it's not happening right now. But soon it will be. It will happen soon, right? Okay. And verse 24. And when her days to be fulfilled were to be filled, behold, there were twins in her womb, right? Twins. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Red, man. Much as you saw when you saw it in the Montgomery Brawl, right? When that brother was beating the hell out of Esau with that chair, what color did he turn? He turned red, man. He turned red. He was beating him so bad with that chair. All his pigment, no, he ain't got no pigment. The blood was showing through his skin, right? And he was hairy. And they called his name Esau. That's who our people was up there beating up was Esau. Okay? So it's a lot about this. Right. So what you saw right there, man, what you saw out there in Montgomery, Alabama, you saw oppression happen, man. That 65-year-old that was there first, he didn't even swing the first punch. And when he got his opportunity, boy, did he show out at 65 years old. 65 years old, he done seen everything. He done seen many moons. He done seen more than I and everybody in this room has, man. You know what I'm saying? Most young people, man. And everybody, you know what I'm saying? He's seen more than us. Think about what he had to endure over these years. You know what I'm saying? Think about the racism and the oppression that he's gone through with these same people. And now they want to come up to him when he's just doing his job, right? He's just doing his job. Just trying to tell them to move the boat so the ferry could come and park. A boat that's 3 times or 5 times bigger than theirs, right? Could come and park where it's supposed to be at, but they want to illegally park. This is what so-called president think they can do. They think they can do anything, right? I'm pretty sure he told them that. He told them that. They think they can just do anything that they want to do. You got something?
White privilege.
Right, white privilege, right? Exactly. It's the thing that we call it today, white privilege, right? So really, it's really like pride upon them. That's what's in their spirit. That's what's inside of them is pride and arrogance. They think they can just get away with anything. I mean, look where they live at. They're in America. They damn near can, right? But this is the arrogance. Instead of being courteous to the man that's sitting here telling you that he needs probably at least just back your boat up, maybe a little bit more, or go forward somewhere down as he kept pointing. This is the arrogance and the pride and the deception that's in their hearts, man, in their minds. All right? But that 65-year-old held his ground until that coward started swinging on him. Then his colleagues, right, started coming against him. I'm guessing they thought that he started to fight. Either way, they shouldn't have came over there swinging at that brother, right? And then tried to choke him out like George Floyd. Man, that's exactly why that brother swam like that, because he saw that he was getting choked out. That young brother, that 16-year-old brother that swam across that water, was like Aquaman, right? That's what we call him. Man, he pulled a Moses. That's what he pulled. What did Moses see when he saw that Egyptian slaying his brother? He ran and slayed him. So he went all out to go over there. That's what he did. All right. So we're going to move on a little bit, right? Let me get this article real quick. Get this article. All right. There was a headline also that blamed the brawl on our people. I forgot what it said too. It blamed us for what was started in Montgomery, Alabama. They didn't even say anything about the white people. They said plenty of it. I don't even think they said black people, but they know who they were talking about. Let me get this article for you real quick. All right, Montgomery, Alabama, right? This is an article about CNN, right? Arrest warrants have been issued for 3 men involved in chaotic brawl at Riverfront Dock, right? In Montgomery, Alabama. On Saturday, the video was captured involving an array of punches and a chair to the head and several people in the water, right? I saw Esau run from the fight and jumped inside the water. I saw that. I caught that. He ran from the fight and dived in. Like, I don't know if nobody caught that, but that was in a corner when they were cornering those two white men, right? Esau turned around and dove inside the water. He's like, oh, these black people can't swim. Let me jump in the water. He thought that was the way he could get away. He probably stayed in there for the whole fight. And Aquaman could have got on the Aquaman. All right. So, fight stemmed from a dispute over a dockside parking spot at a riverfront park between the crew of a large riverboat and the owners of a small private boat. Montgomery Police Chief Daryl J. Albert said Tuesday in a press conference. Richard Roberts, 48, was charged with 2 counts of third-degree assault. Right. Most High Christ. And Alan Todd, 23, and Zachary Shipman, 25, were each charged with 1 such count. So they were all charged with a third-degree assault, man. Right? Same, that's the one that started the fight, the one that ran over and kicked the brother, and the one that came over and started choking him out, right? They were all started with assault. Howard said the chief described the 3 as white men who were connected to the private boat. So that was their boat. They were fighting for their boat. They were fighting for their parking spot, right? That's what they wanted to fight over, right? They went hard for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what those 3 white men did. They were all charged with assault, as they should have been. Right? Now they need to get a little discipline, right? For swinging on that brother for no reason when he was just doing his job, right? But this is what Esau does, man. This is the pride that they have upon our people, right? This is the pride that they have, you know what I'm saying, in themselves, thinking that they can just do anything to anybody, treat anybody however they want. We're a very compassionate people, if you didn't notice. Because what you saw that Saturday in Montgomery is something that we usually don't do. Black people were surprised. So it shows you how destroyed we are to defending ourselves, man. Some people said it was wrong. Marlon Wayans, oh my God. Marlon Wayans. Wow. I think Marlon Wayans needed a reality check, man. He said, why don't we just all love? Don't talk about it. I can't even remember what he said. I tried to look it up, but he was like, why don't we just all love and not hate? Like, what? What is you talking about right now? Did you see the whole video? He saw the video. Really, what it is he's a goddamn Christian. And he loves the oppressor. And he likes our people getting beaten unjustly, man. Because he can't fight himself. You know what I'm saying? He's effeminate. Marlon Wayans is effeminate. And he's a coward, man. He's a goddamn coward. And he wouldn't defend you. Don't look for Marlon Wayans to defend you because he won't. I'd stay away from him if I was you. Anything. If somebody did a crime around me, I'm even getting away from Marlon Wayans if I'm around him. Because he might snitch on me. Somebody starts fighting me out of nowhere, and I'm just defending myself. I didn't start it. Get away from Marlon Wayans. Because he's going to just say, just love, forgive him. Marlon Wayans doesn't believe in justice. Man. He doesn't believe in justice. Marlon Wayans can go kick rocks, man. He can go put on a little dress and go act like the little bitch he is, man. That's what he can go do. That's what Marlon Wayans can go do. You know what I'm saying? Marlon Wayans, he has no cojones. He has no balls at all. He's soft. He's soft. Okay? Don't depend on these stars and these actors, man. He's a whole actor. I wasn't surprised, but he's still a bitch. Slocky for my language. We're gonna move on, man. He should have never let that come out of his mouth. Everybody defended their people on Twitter when he said that. Because he had no reason to even say a thing. If he was gonna say that, he shouldn't have said shit, man. He shouldn't have said anything. Because that was a coward move, man. We want no cowards, man. Let's just all love. Man, get out of here with that, man. You don't believe in justice. Weak nigga. All right. This is what we saw, man. We get Matthew 22 and 38. Right? Matthew 22 and 38. And this is the first and great commandment. All right, I'm going to read this right here. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Right? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Again, what you saw at the Montgomery Brawl is you saw our people loving their neighbor as themselves, man. They showed an example of that. They finally came through and was like, I love him just like I love myself. That's what you saw. That's what kind of courage and selflessness you saw. You saw God's enemies become our enemies. Our enemies become God's enemies in that moment. That's what you saw. That's the example that I'm talking about right now. That's what you saw. You finally saw your people band together for defending themselves for something that was wrongly done. Justice, right? Justice. Right? It wasn't, oh, we started the fight and we just kept being belligerent, right? We did something that was causable, man. Something that nobody else would do. The Lord put his spirit on those people that day. Right? So again, Matthew 22 and 38. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets, man. at the end of the day, what they displayed was what hang on all the law and on all the prophets, man. It was love your neighbor as thyself, right? To the point of defending your people. Okay? So let's keep on going. Let's keep going. All right, I'm gonna get Luke 1:69. Luke 1:69. All right. All right, Luke 1:69. And hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. All right, verse 70. And he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Right? Verse 71. That we should be saved from our enemies. This is what the Lord is going to do for us in these last days, man. This is what he's going to do. Now, I don't know, I keep bringing it up. And the Montgomery Brawl was an example of us being saved from our enemies, being against our enemies, right? And from the hand of all that hate us. That's what we want. Those people hate us, man. That's the example that you see. Okay? So let me read it one more time. I'm going to read Luke 1:71. That we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Right. And don't think that just only the so-called oppressor, the white man hates us, man. All nations are against us, man. Okay? Because these other nations have learned from Esau. They've learned from Esau how to hate us and how to get over us. Esau taught them, right? They taught them how to do this, how to do these things against us, our people, man. That's why we're so downtrodden to this day. To perform, us like verse 72, to perform the mercy promised to our forefathers and to remember his holy covenant. Right. This is what we want the Most High to do. He wants us to perform the mercy to our forefathers and to remember his holy covenant, the covenant that he gave us at the beginning. That's what we want the Most High to do. We want him to remember that promise that he made us, which he could have just put away, but he promised it to us. And the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. So that's why he still upheld it and just gave us the worst punishment of our lives just so we could come back. Right? He had to do it. He had to do that. Right? He had to do those things, you know what I'm saying, put us down at a very, very, very low state as a nation so that we could come back to his ways, man, to his law, statutes, and commandments, so that he can give us what he promised us. He wants us to have that. So he had to punish us the worst, man. Okay? It's like it. Verse 73. The oath which he swore unto our father Abraham. Right. That's the oath that he swore to our father Abraham. Now he gave Abraham that promise, that oath, that he was going to make a great nation, right, out of his people. And he was going to bless all of us, all nations, man, with us, with 12 tribes of Israel. He's going to bless us, man. He's going to not just bless us, but give us the promises. Give us something that we cannot, deny, right? He gave us something that we can have and keep forever, right? For all eternity, through our generations. That's something that you should give up smoking weed for. That's something that you should give up popping pills. That's something that you should give up whores for. That's something that you should give up whoring yourself out for, right? Something that you can have. You know what I'm saying? Many of us, you know what I'm saying? All these women out here, they want to go on vacation, right? They want to go on vacation. They want to go to Dubai. They want to go to where else? Miami. You know what I'm saying? If they want to keep it in the States, you want to go to Italy, Rome, or you know, so wherever the sword is. You want to go across seas and travel and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want eternal life, you keep the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. This world right here ended. So if you want to keep this, you still want to do all those things, why not follow the Most High when He could give you the kingdom of heaven? Why not have that to yourself? Why not put that in your repertoire, man? Why not put that on your bucket list, right? Put the kingdom of heaven on your bucket list, man. As your to-do list, as things that I've never done before. It's spiritual, man. And people don't have enough strength and enough courage, enough understanding to put away those old ways, man. To get that. They think the kingdom of heaven is some make-believe place where you go up to heaven in the sky. And nobody takes that serious. That's why they're not following that bull crap, man. They're not following Christianity because you telling me we're going to go to the sky forever and then we just dead. There's no breakdown and no understanding of what the kingdom of heaven is. Well, I'm gonna just be down here having fun. I'm gonna do whatever I want down here. Because I don't know. You're gonna die anyways, right? That's what they say. We only live once, right? That's what they like to say, right? Because you're not breaking down what the kingdom of heaven really is, and neither do you know. You don't even know. These Christian churches don't even know what the kingdom of heaven is. These Muslims don't even understand what eternal life is, man. They don't understand what that is. They don't understand God being an enemy to your enemies. They don't understand that. They don't know what they feed you and what they take upon themselves. That's all they know. So that's all they can teach you. So therefore, you go back to the drawing board and do whatever the hell America gives you. Right? But when you get the correct understanding, you finally see that this world will end and a new world shall come, man. A new world. That world without end, man. Which is Israel in the kingdom of heaven. That's what Christ died for us to have, man. Right? All right, let's keep going. Verse 74. It's the last verse on that. That He will grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve Him without fear. Right? He will grant to us that being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, man, might serve Him without fear. We're going to finally serve the Most High without fear. Right? That's what we're finally going to do. We're going to serve Him without fear because He's going to deliver us out of the hand of our enemies. Right? Being here in America, right? Being here in this Babylon, right? And Babylon's daughter. We're going to serve Him, right? All right, let me get 1 John 3:16, right? 1 John 3:16. Let's get that real quick. All right. Sorry about it. 1 John 3:16. It's like about that. Hereby perceive we the love of God, because it's like hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren, right? This is what we do here in the ICBK, right? This is what we do. We lay down our lives for the brethren. We did not lay down our lives for the people that's even not in the school, okay? That's not in the body of Christ right now, because we have to be an example. All right, we lay down our lives, man. We're going to sacrifice our lives day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? Just wearing this shield right here, man. Just wearing this shield. You know what I'm saying? King David's signet, right? We lay down our lives by doing that daily. These are the things that they want to see. These are the things that they want to hear, man. Okay, that they need to hear, right? Those brothers and sisters that lay down their lives for their brethren out there, right? For their brother that was getting beat up or jumped. I ain't gonna say beat up. They was getting jumped by those white men in Montgomery, Alabama. They laid down their lives for their brother, so they understand. They understood without even understanding. I had to put it like that. They understand without understanding that Christ died for that right there. Those people right there, all the people out there fighting for their brother, they need to be in here with us. They need to be in here with us. Once they get taught and an understanding of how to govern their lives and what they did was righteous according to the Most High, man, they probably look at things differently. They'll probably look at life different at that point. They will understand that this life right here is what the Most High laid out, and what they did for that brother is what the Most High laid out. It's what Christ laid out. That was the foundation of brotherhood. Laying down their life for their friends, somebody that they didn't even understand, or they didn't even know. Maybe the crew members knew them, but the rest of the people, they didn't hate for the most part, right? And they went and laid down their life for that man. No matter the repercussions, they went out there and swung for their brother. Like I said, they pulled a Moses. They pulled a Moses. They did what Moses did. I'm pretty sure Moses didn't know that brother that was getting whipped by the Egyptian from a can of paint. He didn't know him from nothing. But he had enough compassion. He had enough compassion to go over there and say, hell no. You hurt my brother without cause. What's wrong with that, man? That's the power of brotherhood, man. That's sisterhood. You don't understand how monumental that is. Not based off of just the memes that's going on. Not just off the funny stuff about the chair and everything. Yeah, that goes with it, because Israel is like that. That's glorious, and I love it. But to really understand that what's going on, what's going to befall us, and how these people are going to come at us, that's the example. And that's exactly what we need to look forward to. Like we say all the time, we ain't advocating violence, but we advocate defending ourselves. For damn so, we advocate defending ourselves from harm. Because we compassionate people. That brother was not going to swing on that man for nothing. I promise you. Because I wouldn't have. All right. So again, 1 John 3:16. Hereby perceive that we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. Okay? That's what we ought to do. All right. So let me get I'm gonna get Zechariah 2:1. I'm gonna get Zechariah 2:1. I'm about to go into something real quick, man, because I'm gonna just show you something real quick. I got a message for you oppressors out there, man. Thinking you could just be prideful and do anything to the Most High's people just because your redneck ass is tired of what's going on in the government because Trump locked up and he got indicted and shit like that. Because you mad at your kingdom father. So you want to harm people, right? You want to harm people? All right. Okay. Fine. It's for all you oppressors out there and all you rednecks, right? I think we out here playing. Okay. It's like Zechariah 2:8. For thus says the Lord of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoil you. Like I said earlier, that word spoil, right? Being spoiled, being destroyed in harmony, right? To the nations which destroy you, children of Israel, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord of hosts have sent me unto the nations which spoil you, right? For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. Look, for you out there thinking that you're going to get away with what you have done to the Most High's people, you're touching the apple of the Most High's people. It's like the eye of the Most High's people. You're touching the apple of his eye. For you that don't understand. Okay? You're hurting and you're harming the Most High's people, thinking that you could just do anything. Thinking that you could come against the Most High's people. Right? And thinking you're going to get away with it. Right? You touching the Most High's people, you're touching the apple of the Most High's eye. Something that he loves dearly, something that he will protect dearly. The only reason you oppressors right now are on a grace, I don't even say grace, aren't getting what you're owed right now, is because the Most High is waiting on that day to do it. He's just waiting. He's just waiting to send Christ back for your behind. You think we crazy talking about this? Just wait till you actually see it. Then you're gonna lose your goddamn brain, right? Let me read the last part again. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. You oppressors gonna get something that's coming to you for real, man, in the future, and we're not gonna lift a finger. Most High is burning this place up. The Most High is virus spreading this place up right now. He's spraying this place up with AIDS and all kind of diseases and stuff right now, and plagues. Something that's great to have in this country. This is perfect for Babylon's daughter, right? Babylon's daughter, America, is a whore. So if she's a whore, then she's gonna catch the plagues, man, right? That's what you do when you have unprotected sex with everybody, right? That's what you're gonna get. It's an example, but it's right along with what America's gonna get. And you oppressors out there sitting here thinking that you can do anything to the Most High's people. You have another thing coming. You about to see something that you ain't never seen in your goddamn life, and you're gonna have to deal with it. All right. So let me show you this. After I say that, so for he that touches you touches the Most High. Let me read you these punk behind the lyrics, these coward lyrics by this punk named Jason Aldean. Well, whatever that is, man. Whatever the hell a Jason Aldean is. Jason Aldean better watch the Most High. You better watch out what you do to the Most High's people. Let me read these. Try that in a small town, right? They tried that in a small town, right? In a small town of Montgomery, Alabama. They tried that in a small town. They tried to touch the Most High's people in a small town. So guess what? Let's read these lyrics. Try that in a small town by Jason Aldean. He just released this weak-ass song. It's like sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk. He talking to us, by the way. He trying to call out Black and Hispanic people, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a store. You think it's cool? Well, act the fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp out a flag, and light up. Yeah. You think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far you go. Make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. Look, I don't even got to go no further. You go ahead and look that up yourself. You go ahead and look that up yourself. You go ahead and look that up yourself, man. You know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about, man. You need more. And this is so perfect that happened, that Montgomery Brawl happened after that week behind song. It's like a little example to him. So you try this in a small town, sucker. You try this in a small town, redneck, cracker. You try that in a small town. You try to come against our people in a small town. Try that in the hood, in the ghetto, in the barrios. And think that we don't have the spirit of the Lord this time around, right? And think we ain't tired of your bull. You try that in a small town, right? Try not to have incest in a small town. Try not to rape in a small town, oppressor. Try not to rob and murder in a small town. Try not to storm the Capitol in a small town. You hypocrite, man. You don't stop your own crime in your own hood, in your own small town, oppressor. That's what you don't do in your own town. You don't do that. You don't stop those things in your own small town. You don't stop the own crime in your small town. So you have some goddamn nerve to be talking about Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. All right? Let me go to Exodus 23, man. We got a little bit more time. We're about to close out a little bit, though. Just stay with me to the end, man. I'm almost done. Somebody. All right, we almost there. We'll get it before it's lucky about that real quick. All right. Let's go ahead and finish this off in a little bit. All right, Exodus 23 or 22, right? This is for you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. They've been sitting here going through this oppression for 400 years, man. Through your generations and through right now, man. Thinking that there ain't no way out, right? Okay? I got something for you, all right? Exodus 23 and 22. This is Exodus, man. This is Moses, man. All right? But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, right? The Most High's voice, and do all that I speak. If you shall indeed obey the Most High's voice with all sincerity, and do all that he speaks, man. Everything that he's telling you to do in this book called the Bible, right? The greatest book ever translated and written and put together by Black and Hispanic men. This is the best Bible on earth right now, and it always will be. Okay, because this is the guideline and the things that we need to follow, man. These are the things that's gonna make our life better and not hell. Okay, our generations will be blessed again if we follow this. Right? If you teach your children this, you know what I'm saying? Many of us teach our children this, you know what I'm saying, coming up, you know what I'm saying, everybody we can, our nephews, our nieces, you know what I'm saying? We could change the whole scope of the earth, man. Change the whole scope of the earth. It's really gonna take someone to change it. Right? It's gonna take action. Okay? This is a Black man's book. This is a Black man's guide right here called the Bible, translated by a Black man, King James, to get you to understand what's going on in these times. But like Captain Malquad said, this is you may not believe it, but this is a book about the past and the future of niggas, spicks, and savages. Man. That's what this book is. You know what I'm saying? Right, that's right. It's a history book, man, of those things to come, man. If we would hearken unto the Lord. So let's read it again. But if doubt, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, the part of Africa where a lot of our ancestors were sold,
Right.
was it like that called Negro land?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they get the word Negro from.
Exactly.
And the reason why the Israelites were down in that part anyway is because the Romans had ran them down.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of fighting the Romans and trying to go back up towards Egypt, they tried to settle down there.
Right.
And then when Hamites came, they caused all that confusion, and
right.
then the Hamites won over them and sold them.
Right.
Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? What you call Negro land, right? Negro land. You know what I'm saying? Was a place where we actually dwelled in Africa. It was called Negro land later on. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can make a difference between us and the Africans. Mm-hmm. They knew that we were those Jews out of the Bible, but they didn't want to call us the Jews out of the Bible, of course. Mm-hmm. So they called us Black, Negro, which was also another out of the word Niger, you know what I'm saying, which means black, which is in the Bible, right? You know what I'm saying? But right, exactly. So they pushed us, you know what I'm saying? We ran down to, you know what I'm saying, West Africa, you know what I'm saying, different parts. And they Hamites called Edomites over there. Mm-hmm. They called them over there, the white men over there to come to get us, to sell us across, you know what I'm saying, America, to get us on slave ships. Because they were tired of us being in that land. Mm-hmm. Because they know that we were not of their culture. We wasn't doing what they were doing. We were not acting like they were. You know what I'm saying? They did not want us in the land because we weren't fit to be around them. And you know what? As horrible and as an atrocity it was for us to get, you know what I'm saying, for that to happen to us once we got in America, I'm glad the Lord separated us from that point. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people are so confused. They don't see how different we are from Africans just because of skin color. We are not African.
Sometimes if you even just look at an African, you can see a light-skinned African. You still can tell that's an African.
It's easy.
I've seen them all the time, light-skinned ones. I was like, they're from Africa. They be like, hey,
right. It's easy to tell the difference between
and they don't
black men and
African. They don't like us.
Right, they don't. They don't.
They just want our money.
You know, yeah, that's why they're telling us to come back over there so that we can replenish that land like America, like we did America. Mm-hmm. You know, for the so-called oppressed. They need us. Every nation needs us on this earth. They, like I said earlier, they learn from our oppressors, so-called white man. They learn all his ways of how to oppress us, how to get us to do things. Now they want us for our entertainment, our business, and everything. And some of us are falling for it and going over there right now and getting shit in them. Slovakia for my language. Yeah. we finding out the truth. Like this is not our home, and we're getting a rude awakening every single time somebody goes over there, scamming, all kind of things. We need to for some money. That's why the Africans come over here for money. Man, look, the Africans, man, they love some wealth. Man. They can find a way to scam you out your money. You know what I'm saying? Get to America to sell you something. They had all these Juneteenth events, right? They had the Juneteenth events for sure. I can tell. I'm like, you trying to make some money today. Yeah, and then look, they all over the place. They making bank off of us because they know we're gonna buy, right? We're from the motherland, Africa. Hell no, we are from Jerusalem, Israel. You guys can go.
The people that are dwelling there are not Israel. They are of the synagogue of Satan.
Exactly.
It's a scripture. I forgot the exact word.
Is that Revelation 2:9?
Revelation 2:9.
Yep, that's it. I know the blasphemy which say they are Jews, but are not. Yeah, the synagogue of Satan. That's exactly what that is, man. We got fake imposters in our land, and we got people calling us people that we're not. Two things.
And I honestly believe white people know that we are Hebrews.
Oh yeah, they know.
Because they be studying a lot, reading a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff that we don't do that we need to do. Start reading a lot because I was researching, and a lot of the books that match up with the historical events from the Bible, they're like $13,000, $20,000,
exactly,
exorbitant amounts, and they don't have a lot of copies. And I feel like they do that so you can't get the knowledge that's inside the book,
right?
Because they say if you want to learn something, read it in a book. If you want to learn something, it's hidden in a book. Exactly.
That's exactly the point. Exactly. They most definitely gonna jack those prices up in those books because the information that's in there, right? And it's very, very so-called sacred when it's really just them trying to hide.
They're just trying to keep it from us.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But it's not important to them. But they would do anything for us not to wake up.
Right. They know all white people can afford it for the most part, right? Right. And they try to hide it from us, but of course, they hide all the photos and paintings of us. They don't want to destroy them because they want to be able to copy it. So they're gonna keep them. It's called Russian icons, right? Look that up.
And didn't Vladimir Putin or some of the Russians put something out?
Yes.
This week or last week, some books or something out that had us on,
yes,
and it showed our skin color and everything like that.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Even at the Russian parades, right? You know what I'm saying? Like their army parades. You know what I'm saying? That little march they had a whole full-blown picture of our Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, Christ, on the building or painting, and they just sitting there marching. I'm like, they got this whole picture up there of this thing. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of a black
Christ. Right, of a black man named Yahushua, right?
Then they try to make us like be on their side. Black people don't have nothing to do with Ukraine. Ukraine is white, and they don't like black people. Because I met some of them because I get out of town all the time. I met some of those Ukrainians because we stay at Embassy Suites a lot.
Right.
And they try to stay at like nice places. Most of them have like college degrees and blah 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 blah.
Of course.
And they do not like black people. And I saw on the news where like black people that was studying that was trying to get out of there,
right, they
would make them wait and then let the other Ukrainians that were white get on the buses, and the so-called black people or whatever, they make them wait.
Right. Exactly. They're always gonna put it behind the bus. That's exactly what they've done.
The United States is not for black people.
It's not.
Russia would be better for black people than the United States, but at the end, all of them are Esau.
Exactly. That's heavy what you're saying right there, sis. Exactly. That's good right there that you understand it. You know what I'm saying? If these people out here don't understand that ISUBK is the place for black and Hispanics, everywhere you go, you're gonna get denied. You're gonna get turned away. You're gonna be disappointed. Sitting wondering why. Oh, I want justice. I want justice. When you're just out here not understanding that, we've been trying to tell you this for the past 40, 50 years, since 1969, right? You know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna close out. We got about 10 more minutes. 12. I'm gonna go to this next verse right here. I'm gonna get Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, right? So this is what it says, okay? At the end of the day, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what the oppressor will understand at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That this is what they're gonna have to understand. And what they're gonna see us, you know what I'm saying, go through once we come back to our Father, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh, right? In the name of Yahweh Shai. That's what they're gonna see. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, right? Then shall the righteous man stand in boldness before the face of such have afflicted him, right? The righteous man. This is talking about the day of judgment day, right? This is talking about this. This is what's gonna happen at the end, right? They're gonna finally see the righteous man stand with great boldness. Boldness, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand what went down in that day. To understand that we still with Christ. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to stand in boldness before the face of such that has afflicted us, man. Such of them that has afflicted our people for all eternity, which felt like eternity. We're going to stand in front of them with boldness, right? Of them that has afflicted us and made no account of his labors. They made no account of our labors, man. Didn't give a damn about waking us up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting to that slavery at 6 o'clock, slaving all day and night. You got something? What's that?
I even like, you know, I be doing a lot of philosophy digging and stuff. Mm-hmm. I ever read that they would get slaves pregnant on purpose just so they could breastfeed the white people's babies because they knew our milk was better. Yeah, exactly. That's even talking about that. You know what I'm saying? That has always happened. You know what I'm saying? Whatever our labors were from all times, like even our labors, even back then. You know what I'm saying? From being on the plantation, that time during that time period of them using our women to breastfeed their babies, and like I'm a woman, so I study about women things. Mm-hmm. The history of, women, I don't know how I'm forgetting the word right now, but the history of gynecology is very, very, very satanic. Like hysterectomies. Mm-hmm. When a woman is hysterectomy, how they figured out how to do hysterectomies was they would take a slave woman, they would lay her down on a wooden table, I guess. Right. Strip her butt naked, have men hold down her arms and cut her while she was alive, and cut her uterus out of her while she was alive, screaming and hollering, and said that they had pain medicine and numbing medicine back then, but they said, oh, she's property, so we're not wasting our medicine on her. Right. Bastard, I can't stand it.
No, definitely. And you should feel that way. You should definitely feel that way for what they have done to your people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were there, it would happen to you.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine.
So that's why you should feel that way. Yeah, it's hard to even imagine. You know what I'm saying? Because we could have been there, right? You know what I'm saying? That was our ancestors that went through that. Sure enough, if we was there, right there, that's how you should think. If you were there, it would happen to you. So that's why you shouldn't
walk around with white people and be in relationships with them and being proud of it. You are dumb looking nigga, like you are stupid.
Yeah.
you literally make it to the NFL or something like that.
Right.
You get all that money and then you invest it back into the people who can't stand your black ass.
You're right.
And the only reason why the bitches, excuse my French, even wanted your ass
Right.
is because you went to the NFL. Because before I came into the truth, I used to be around white girls all the time,
Right.
spending the night at their houses and everything. And I would hear what their parents would be talking about. And one in particular, she wanted to date football players and stuff.
Right.
And her mama said, now she can't date black boys, but if they are an NFL player or they make a lot of money, then I guess it'll be okay.
Right.
I said, oh my God.
I spoke on that earlier.
Really said that.
I spoke on that earlier. I say our oppressors not gonna want to use us until it can benefit them.
Mm-hmm.
That's money. That's money for your daughter, right? No black men until money's involved. Until that, you date a rich white man. But most black men ain't gonna make it to the NFL. Only a certain percentage for the NBA. So date Kim Kardashian, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the prime example of that. Or somebody's a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kanye West, Travis Scott.
Oh, white.
Odom, white women, Reggie Bush,
White.
Kim Kardashian, Ray J.
White. The princess is Chinese and black, but I don't know what her daddy is.
Right. Exactly.
What is her? If her daddy
I don't know. I'm not sure.
If her daddy is an Israelite, that makes her one.
If her dad's Israelite, yeah. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Exactly. I'll make her Israelite for that if your father's Israelite.
I think her daddy is but before that he was going with white women like Kim Kardashian.
Right. Right. And that's heavy. No, you know, it's heavy. It's heavy what you bring it up. And you should, like how you said earlier, how you felt that way. That's something that's so righteous, man. That's how you're supposed to feel about it. And if anybody has any doubt in their mind to feel like that, they feel like they're wrong, get rid of that. That's a demon just trying to stop you from finally loving your people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna close out with this, man. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll finish off with this. All right. I'm gonna get Isaiah 45 and 17. Isaiah 45 and 17. All right, Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Israel, that's you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You're going to be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation, right? You're finally going to understand in that moment and in that time that the Lord's power, all that work, especially using us in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Us women and men in the truth. They have been here laboring and keeping the Lord's commandments and following after Commander Jimmy Hunter's order under Christ. You know what I'm saying? We're finally going to understand in that day that we were saved with an everlasting salvation. Like, we continue, we shall not be ashamed, right? Nor confounded. We're not going to be shocked or ashamed no more from the oppression that we're going through down here. Or the things that happened in Montgomery, Alabama, right? We're not going to be shocked at like, oh wow, like man, dang, look, black people are finally doing this. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be shocked about that no more. Because it's going to be a regular that we understand that we're the people of this Bible, we're the people of the Most High. It's going to be a regular thing. It's going to be something that's supposed to happen. If it wasn't supposed to happen, then we would be in the same predicament we are right now at that time. But when that comes, we're not going to be confounded or ashamed. World without end. World without end. That's where you get that world from. That's where that world that Christ was talking about in John 3:16. You know what I'm saying? That world. You know what I'm saying? For God so loved the world, and he gave his only begotten Son, and whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. That's what Isaiah 45 is talking about. We shall not be, Israel shall be saved, and we shall not be confounded, nor nor shame, world without end. Right? We're that world without end. We're the world and the generations that's going to pass through and be eternal. And we're going to have generations of our people going forward from there on out, being the rulership under Christ. That's all.
After when Christ comes back, are we gonna stay on the earth, and the earth is the earth gonna be the same, or is he gonna redo the earth and put the white people to work? Like, how does it do?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so he's definitely gonna redo the earth. This earth gonna be damn near a wasteland, right? After that World War III, it's gonna look like just look up dystopia in Google. Just type that in Google, and that's what it's gonna look like. That's what it's gonna look like after World War III. Dystopia, DYSTOPIA, or however you spell it. Dystopia, right? That's what it's gonna look like.
And so we're gonna be right here, right where we at.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the earth,
and we're gonna be worshiping Christ. And the white people, are they still gonna be around, or are they gonna?
Oh, they gonna be around, yeah, definitely.
But they will never be able to overtake us.
Yeah, never again.
They will be the slave class.
Right, exactly, sis. Exactly. They're gonna be a slave class, right? They're gonna be the lowest of the lowest. At the end, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna work for us, right? They're gonna be at the bottom because they have afflicted and been very wicked to the Most High's people, right? Above and beyond, right? So, like a precept for that, what you just said, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world. Esau is the end of the world. In 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the world, right? Like I just said, World War III, everything, when this world right here ends, right? And Jacob is the beginning of them that follow. When we talk about Esau and Jacob in Genesis, right? Right? We're talking about them in the womb. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of this new world that follows, which is the kingdom of heaven, right?
144,000, where would they be?
144,000 in the kingdom of heaven?
Like when it says that they would take up 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe.
From each tribe. Right. That's the government of Israel. Like that's us in the eyes UBK. Okay. if I can boil it down to you. That's
so basically, y'all gonna be taking up.
Right. And
we're gonna be staying here waiting for y'all.
No, you're gonna be taking up too.
Where did you go?
But the 144,000 is specifically the government of the Most High, which is the men that's supposed to be ruling over. The men that are all his priests and prophets. That's 144,000.
Wives and children.
Right, and the wives and children most definitely will be taken up out of harm's way, because the scriptures also talk about that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And everybody.
Before the great tribulation.
Right. Before the great tribulation, exactly. That's the rest of us. That's the rest of the women and children, everybody that comes. You know what I'm saying? 144,000 just talking about the government of the Most High. But of course, he's gonna save the rest of his precious children. I'm gonna just leave them out, right? You know what I'm saying? He needs the rest of his children that has kept his commandments and been faithful to him until the end. You know what I'm saying?
But the ones that haven't,
right?
What's gonna happen to them?
All I gotta say is, Lord be with them. The ones that haven't,
they're gonna be just like the white people.
For the most part, either dead or got a lower state in the kingdom, right? But you know what I'm saying? If you don't get killed on that day, at least you're not dead, right? But I'd rather serve the Most High.
But it's too late for you to turn around.
Yes, definitely. That's why the scripture also says that they shall be gnashing with teeth. They're gonna be gnashing with teeth. It's gonna be like this, like,
why?
I said, listen, like, God damn. They might even break a tooth because they're gonna be clamming down so hard, and it's gonna be that much of a devastation if you wasn't following Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Think about it.
Lord have
You're
mercy.
gonna be left here to suffer greatly.
Yeah.
Instead of going up and having peace and prosperity.
Exactly.
And we're gonna be up there having a good time.
Exactly. When he puts us back down on the chairs, put us back down on this earth, you know what I'm saying, have the kingdom of heaven, that's when we're gonna understand finally. We have made it. We go through the 12 gates in Revelation. That's when it starts. That's the beginning.
And we're gonna have our gold on and everything.
Yeah. That's right. That's it, sis. That's it. Well, with that, man, I'm gonna close on now, man. It's 9:04. I'm saying thank y'all for rocking out with me in class today. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Keep checking in the class. Keep checking in and checking out Commander General Yohana's page. Keep checking out America on Fire or Black Watch or Commander General Yohana. Keep looking at his page. That's the leader of Israel, man, in the ISUPK, man. He's going to give you all the solutions to black and brown problems, right? So with that, I'm going to do a security announcement. All right. All right, it's ISUPK security announcements. We at the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunt. Rule for new brother or sister, and when a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. If they are here to be saluted only. They're here to save themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Which commandment numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you get to the Treasury Department priest fund, a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. And these are the upcoming holy convocation. We have next the memorial of blowing of trumpets, the first day of the 17th month, which is Friday, the 15th, Friday, 15th September 2023, and you can read about this in Leviticus 23 and 24 through 25, right? And remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in a school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, shalom.